Hello, welcome. My name is Liz Barksdale. I'm the Education Services Coordinator for the library at UT Southwestern. And we're just going to go over a few things um, in preparation for your class on Tuesday, February 25th. So, learning objectives for this is for the whole class, or our whole responsible literature searching section here, is going to be just being able to know your responsibilities, search in these different databases, and then apply different search techniques to retrieve articles for your scholarly activity projects. And these are your responsibilities as a student researcher. You can pause and look at this if you'd like. And there are different reasons to practice responsible lit searching, just due diligence, better patient care, protecting patients and research subjects, feeling more confident about this in your job duties, just being able to research and find literature when and if you need to. And some of the origins of why we teach this to med schools and just to healthcare professionals is that a tragic incident occurred back in 2001. A healthy research subject who was only 24 passed away because there wasn't a sound enough or thorough enough literature search done when they started on this trial. And there are different levels of searching. You're not going to have to do a comprehensive literature search every time you have a question, obviously. There's a quick lit search when you were the patient or to remind yourself of something. A longer search if you're sitting down to look up literature for a difficult clinical case or to write a paper. And if you're doing like a systematic review or something like that, then it's going to be a very intensive search. So here's just a little reminder of the search steps, and we're going to go through some of these. And just a reminder of PICO, what that mnemonic means. We've got a lot of databases available to you at UT Southwestern. These are just a few of kind of our big ones. I know everyone, for the most part, at UT Southwestern really likes PubMed. We're going to take a look at some of the other ones for this little course section for scholarly activity, just to see how you can use those, and those can be useful. So there's a couple different search techniques we're going to be looking at here. Um, we're mostly going to be looking at the building block approach to searching a database. And this is a super simple analogy, but this is like if you have the different Legos being your PICO, you can combine and mix and match them in different ways. And we'll look a little bit more about how we're going to do that once we get into the Ovid Medline demo. And you combine your different search terms with Boolean operators, so just a little review of that. Or means more is a good way to remember that or will broaden out your search results. So you'd get articles that covered anorexia or bulimia, mention those in the title or abstract, for example. And would narrow it down. Not is one that you can kind of use sparingly. It's usually going to be these two. The problem with not is that it might leave out some results that could be useful to you, but you can use that if needed as well. And then pearl growing is just another way to get articles or find useful articles in literature when you're searching. So say if you have a useful article by Dr. A, you might look at the citations or who cites the article, and maybe Dr. B cites Dr. A's article, and then Dr. C has something, or Dr. B has a bibliography, and there's by Dr. C in there. And then you can find similar articles as well through similar article links in most of our databases. So this is just finding a good article that really seems to be answering your question, giving you good information, and then expanding it out with citation, chaining, and then also similar article links. And I can show you all what that looks like in Ovid. So we've got a little application exercise here that we're going to go into in a moment. So this is a breast cancer survivor with questions about resuming her exercise routine and possible effects on her energy levels and well-being. So you're going to investigate how exercise and relevant information on that can affect breast cancer survivors' quality of life. And so I just put the PICO question here. I did not put a comparison here because that's kind of implied. So no C for controller comparison. So sometimes you'll have a question like that. And then what we're going to look at just briefly, and I'm going to have you practice with a bit with Ovid Medline, is that different databases kind of have different ways of operating. You have to translate your search from database to database, and we'll look a little bit more at that. Just to be a responsible researcher, as this says here, you need to get information from multiple databases if you can and have access to them. We've got a little database comparison chart. We're gonna give that to you in an email as well, so just to have a copy of that. But this shows our different databases and ways that you can, or just the search techniques you need to use these and how they compare to each other. This will make more sense later on. So just different databases use different terms for the same or similar concepts. So you might have different terms for heart attack here. And with MESH, these are medical subject heading entry terms. These are used in Ovid Medline and in PubMed. So basically, this is like a little umbrella term here. Myocardial infarction is the umbrella term for heart attack in PubMed and in Ovid Medline. So whatever the authors called that there, it's going to catch these if you search here. That's the idea behind that. And so Embase is a database we'll look at on Tuesday, and they just have a different catch-all term for heart attack. They have heart infarction instead of myocardial infarction. So yeah, just a different term, and we'll look more at how to translate that. Basically, you want to search the same info in like Ovid Medline, in Embase, which is just another big biomedical database, and any other database you use. And we'll look more at how to do that. And then we got keywords or natural language. That's just as if you were typing just some like your PICO terms into a database or into Google or Google Scholar. And we'll look at Scopus on Tuesday. These things are, this is like controlled vocabulary, subject headings. You don't really have to remember that lingo, but basically this is like an effort by the people behind the database to get like a catch-all, like an overarching term for the concept, whatever it may be, and then include all of these, like, okay, myocardial infarction covers all of these terms. But those terms are assigned by human beings. They have AI helping them out now, but it takes a while for articles to get tagged with those mesh terms or other subject headings. So keywords are a good thing to use as well. We'll look at that with Ovid Medline and just how to use those in combination with the controlled vocabulary and kind of go from there. It's good to use a combination of keywords and like the controlled vocabulary term, but we'll look at more of that with Ovid Medline, and I'll let y'all get some practice with that.